My sense of Bristol, I think there is something different about Bristol, but I think there's something different about every place.
Okay.
I would say, if I was to sum up Bristol, it's a city with the potential to thrive. It's a city with the potential to have a fantastic narrative and a story. Entrepreneurs are critical to any place, and big employers. But I think it's important to know that no one operates in a vacuum. You might call it sectoral Ubuntu. The Desmond Tutu idea of Ubuntu is I am because we are. Entrepreneurs don't operate in a vacuum. You need a thriving voluntary sector, you need a thriving public sector, because they create the conditions within which people do business. So actually all those things, the faith groups, the voluntary sector groups, the people that don't make loads of money and get headlines, but actually knit together our communities, are critical to the conditions on which business is going to thrive or not.
Do you think people have lost faith in mainstream political parties?
There's an easy answer to say yes, but actually no answers are easy. There are, someone said to me once, I like this person because everything's black and white. I thought, I wish I lived in their world. Things aren't black and white. So there is a sense in which people have lost faith in mainstream politics. But I'd say a couple of things. One is, some people peddle that cynicism. And it was a piece of my campaign where I was saying, people who talk down politics, I said this in my concession speech, need to be really careful. Because I say my 18-year-old brother, I've got 7 brothers and sisters, right? All inner city kids and all that. I have an 18-year-old brother. He's not, he could have done much better than he's done. But when people who I think are actually quite privileged, in a position of privilege and actually have power, whether they believe in politics or not, talk down political parties, if he then comes to me and says, stuff it, they're all the same, that's his political power gone. Because he's not going to become chief exec of Barclays and influence a LIBOR rate so his friends can make money. He's not investing on the stock market and shoring up his future. The most immediate access he has to shaping the community around him is through the political system, and that's through party politics. There is not one Bristol. There are lots of Bristols. And actually, if your salary is 60 odd grand a year and you own your house and it's up on the hill, that's one Bristol. If you're in Barton Hill or Noel West or Southmead or Lawrence Hill, that's a different Bristol. It's the same geographical location, but your experience of this place will be remarkably different. Are we saying we are independent of our class background? Are we independent of our schooling background? Are we independent of our ethnicity, of our race, of our gender privilege, of the fact that we are able-bodied? Are we independent of all those things that actually we know on a day-to-day basis shape life and shape the world?